Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and NPD by somebody that has both. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and do all the socially things that may or may not be scrolling past you on the screen right now. And if they aren't, there's links in the description below. Hi to everyone on Patreon. Don't forget to sign up to that. There's extra videos coming on there and the Discord and other stuff as well. So go and check that out. Again, link in the description below. So today I want to do a video about change. Change is inevitable in every aspect of life, really. And from the BPD side of things, it can be absolutely terrifying. And from the NPD side of things, it can actually be quite a relief. And it depends what you're going through at the time, I think. For me, the BPD is very much more in charge than the NPD. And I am scared to death of change. Right? I hate anything changing. I like routine. I like predictability. I like knowing so many things for certain, or as certain as they can be, right? See, this is the problem. Something I've recently been going through a lot, that sometimes things change. And no matter how much you kick and scream, no matter how much of a fuss you make, things are going to change. And maybe it's even for the better. Maybe things needed to change. And you've got to roll with it. You've got to just go with it, right? Because at the end of the day, what choice have you got? This change is coming. This change is going to happen. It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. There's nothing good. But it's coming. You've got to live with it. You've got to deal with it. You've got to roll with it. You have no choice. What's the alternative here, right? The alternative is not dealing with it, not coping with it. What does that look like? Does that look like just curling up in bed all day? Because that might not be possible, right? That might not be a thing you can do, because you've got to deal with this change, and that change might involve you not being able to stay in your bed all day. So you've just got to grin and bear it. You've got to grit your teeth and get on. You've got to be brave. You've got to try and hang on to the good aspects of it, right? Change is change. It's not the end of the world. It could mean good things. Look, life is a mix of good and bad things, right? No one situation you're in is 100% good. And moving on to a new situation in life, whatever form that may take, a new job, a new relationship, a new home, in a new place, anything, it's not going to be perfect, because nowhere and nothing, nobody is. You haven't just left perfection. You've left predictability. You've left that comfort that comes with that. And you're moving on to something new. And it's scary. But it's inevitable. And it is, unfortunately, a sink or swim kind of situation. And from the narcissistic side of things, as I was saying, change could be good, right? A new set of people, a new person, is a new opportunity to create this new, better version of you, right? There's some more people into fooling that we're amazing. We can do this again, and we can get this hit. And we have to be careful to remember that we can do that and be true to ourselves and be true to who we really are and work on the image that we present. it can be difficult at first. I'm still trying to find that balance of, I don't want to be the guy that goes into a room and tries to own it. We know that guy. I've always kind of thought that guy was a bit of a dick, and I've never been, even in the depths of my narcissism, I don't work like that quite. But I'm aware I can, and that I'm aware that I hate that guy, right? I don't want to do that. And so I end up dialing it back to nothing, and I sit quietly. And I'm trying to work on turning it up a little bit until I hit this middle ground of being a delight to be around, right? I don't want to be Mr. Takes over everything, and I don't want to at the same time be Mr. Wallflower and not really talk to anyone. So I need to be that middle bit, maybe a little bit more. I can be a little bit larger than life, can I? I can be a bit more memorable to people. So change is complicated. Change brings about a lot of questions, a lot of worries, a lot of things to think about. And it can be really scary. It can make you want to hide in bed all day. It's such a powerful thing. And this change that can affect us, I mean, look, depending on how important that thing is to you and what you might be working against from a mental health perspective, the slightest change could be horrifying, right? And all I can do to help you through it really is give you encouragement. I don't have a set guide on how to deal with change because it's so wide ranging, it's so complicated. And we all have different coping techniques. But I think that the big problem we face in dealing with change at all is the denial of it happening and the wish it wasn't happening, and that desire to cling on. Maybe there's some fear of abandonment mixed in with it all, you know? Maybe if it's a change situation where someone is going away from you in some sort of context, that can be even harder to deal with because you're feeling abandoned as well. It's so hard. It's so hard to do and so hard to deal with. But you can do it because you have to. It's harsh, it's tough love to a certain extent. Can you deal with change? Yeah, of course you can. You really can. Because what is the alternative? The alternative is not dealing it. And like I said earlier, I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what not handling that looks like. It's not good. It's not preferable. There's probably a lot of crying and whimpering and moaning and whining and wishing and begging and all kinds of stuff that I don't want to be a part of who I am or the way I react to something. I'd rather be braver. I'd rather take it on the chin, right? I'd rather say, okay, this change is coming. I'm going to deal with it. And I'm going to get something good out of it. Because the alternative is unacceptable, quite frankly. And I think you know that. But in times when it's hardest, you need to remember that you can do it. That change is something you can deal with. You can move on. You can find new good things. And I know it can be tiring. It can be daunting. It can be scary. There's worry. What if I don't find anything? You will. You will. There's a lot in the world and we aren't that complicated. You will find something. So I'm going to leave that there for today. And I hope you're all right. And I hope you can deal with change. Because sometimes it happens, right? I'll see you later. Bye.